Okay.
Hello and welcome back to Crypto Saving Expert, the show where we discuss the latest cryptocurrency news and introduce you to the pioneers and the founders of the space. Today, I'm joined by a very familiar guest, Simon from Solana ID. Simon, how are you doing, my man?
What's up, Spot? I'm good, doing good over here in cold-ass Germany. I'm in Frankfurt right now, so I'm a little bit jealous of you spending your time in Asia and enjoying the sun. But it's nice, man, and markets are exciting. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Super exciting, man. I think we've been talking about this for a while. It's been expected. It's no surprise, is it? Let's run through. You've had an amazing, you just mentioned there you're back in Germany. You've had an amazing few months. You've been all around the world. You've been to so many events. I've seen you pop up on Twitter. You've been speaking everywhere. How was your time over in Asia? And what was, some of the partnerships, some of the networking that you did? What made it so worthwhile for you?
Yeah, man. So as some people know already, I don't really have a home. I'm kind of homeless. So I'm a little bit like you, I guess, but right, like you're also
nomadic,
floating around, nomadic, right? Like we're doing a thing. And that also means that sometimes I have some wild months where I'm just really like bouncing around. And we did like a huge Asia roadshow. We started in Thailand. That's where I met you. And then we went over to Philippines. I met up with my co-founder Pierre. We went over to Korea. We attended the what was it called, Korean Blockchain Week, KBW. Then there was WebEx, which was in Tokyo. So first time in my life in Tokyo. And then from Tokyo we went all the way to Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City, for some Solana specific events over there. Met the super team there. And then obviously we had Token 2049. We had freaking Breakpoint, which happened in Singapore. So you've been there as well. That was quite cool. Big events over there. I think Singapore was probably the highlight. And then we just went over to Bali for After Breakpoint, which was another Solana focused kind of co-living, co-working, whatever you want to call it. And we just kind of, back into the trenches on the computers. And now I'm back in Europe. My co-founder is back in the Philippines. And that has been definitely crazy time. Lots of good contacts. And crypto in Asia is really bullish, man. Like that's my top takeaway. Like crypto's expanding, communities are big over there. Every country has their own characteristics. Korea, Japan, also Vietnam, very interesting. So I'm definitely looking forward to spend a bit more time in Asia, similar to you, in the future.
Awesome, man. Yeah, no, it's good to see. And I think the bull market does start in the East. We've got Bangkok Blockchain Week. That's why I'm here coming up as well. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be big. Asia, there's a lot of adoption here. You're driving past, you see it on all the signs and everything. Definitely here to stay. But Simon, you've done your Asian world tour, but when are you heading over to the Americas? Have you got any plans to head over to the States or even South America?
Actually, I don't, man. I don't. Like we are more looking east right now. I'm not gonna lie. All the way from Europe to UAE to all the Asian countries. We might do something in 2025. I think USA is definitely a very, very, very important market. Not gonna lie. It's just like in terms of the future outlook, we've been always leaning a bit more towards bigger adoption rates in the Asian countries when it comes to crypto. But obviously the tides are changing a bit, right? This week we saw a bit of a change in the tone. So now with Gary out of office, things might change, right?
Really good point. I haven't actually thought that far. I've seen Trump coming into Trump winning the election. I thought it's great as a whole for crypto, but actually the United States will probably benefit highly from this. There's going to be less regulations, less hurdles for American.
That's what we expect.
Exactly. But let's have a look who's in the chat right now. Before we have a look at the market as well, because Bitcoin is over 76K right now, guys. We've got Florin here. Florin, good to see you. We've got Bruce all the way from down under. Good day. How are you doing? We've got Smurfy. Good to see you. Hugo coming straight from Amsterdam. Hope you're doing well. We've got Scott in the chat, and we've got Steve, and we've also got John. All good to see you guys. As always, if you have any questions for me or Simon, whack them in the chat. Any altcoins you want to go through. We'll even have a look at meme coins. Me and Simon are going to talk about the next era of meme coins today as well. So anything you want us to go through, let us know in the chat, and we will go through that as well. We've got Stonksy in the chat as well. Solana is cooking. We're going to have a quick look at Solana. Obviously, Simon is the ultra Solana maxi. We're going to going to do a live trade on Solana. Normally, when Simon comes on stream, it's a winning trade, guys. So we'll have a look at that as well. And we've also got AGW Media in the chat. If you're looking for an amazing video editor, guys, go check out AGW Media. He's a top bloke. But let's have a look at some of the coins.
Yeah, bro.
Obviously Bitcoin, but we've had a big move on Ethereum. Ethereum's been suffering. I know you've kind of poked at Ethereum before, being the Solana maxi that you are. But do we see Ethereum over 3,000 within the next week or so, Simon?
I guess so. I mean, that's not a stretch. And guys, like I'm not a enemy, you know, like Ethereum is still highly relevant. It is still, you know, one of the biggest in market cap. It is still one of the biggest in dev ecosystem. It has still a lot of meta and conviction around it. So for people that just want to make money in crypto and are just interested in investing, Ethereum is a great investment case still, right? There are some flaws that I think are important to talk about. And I think in the Ethereum community, they are often kind of put under the carpet. Is that the way you say it in English? In German, you do? Exactly, under the rug. People they try to disregard things around all the kind of all the layers on Ethereum. What does this mean for the actual price appreciation of Ethereum, Ether the coin? If we have all those L2 tokens spinning up, where does value really accrue? So I think there's a lot of exactly, where does revenue? Is it going on L2s? Is it going to L1 back on the settlement layer? It's so much complexities when it comes to analyzing Ethereum's future price potentials. It just makes it very complicated investment case, but it is a very good sales pitch for institutions to invest in crypto, right? You can tell them, look, you can put your money in Bitcoin as a store of value. That's like the alternative to gold. This digital gold, people get that. You can also put it in Ethereum, where we're building the next era of the decentralized finance stack, where you can actually invest in the underlying asset that captures all the value accrual from the application built in the next era, right? So that's another easy case for people to understand in terms of investment. So I think we will see more money flowing in there. The pump was not insignificant, right? The pump we saw in ETH right now, like it started, basically at the elections, 5th of November, and we pumped like 20% since today. So we're almost at 3K already.
Wasn't there? We saw Bitcoin move, you know, and even Solana, and then, you know, all of a sudden ETH absolutely skyrocketed here. But decent movement, but perhaps a pullback. Let me know in the chat if you're long or short on ETH right now, if you're trading ETH, or perhaps if you're holding spot and potentially looking to sell right now, because there could be a little bit of a pullback. There's one more coin that I wanted to discuss actually before we go on to Solana, and that is Cardano. I've been slating Cardano for a long time now, but we've got a big move here. We've got 20% for the day. If we go into the 1 hour chart here, to be fair, it's been absolutely ripping it. I'm not so plugged into the Cardano community. I'm not sure what's going on here. I will do a little bit of research after this. If anyone knows in the chat, let us know. But yeah, absolutely ripping. Perhaps this could be, back to the point which you mentioned about, the United States has got a glimmer of hope within the, the crypto world right now. Cardano is, predominantly backed by the US audience. So perhaps this is, this is the outcome of that.
But isn't it interesting, Spud, like to see something like Cardano, a project like Cardano? It has been kind of dead since years, since 22, 23, 24. If you go out, you zoom out into the daily, it was kind of, nothing. Like after the big pump that we saw in the 21 cycle, you see what I mean? Like it was nothing else. And then how do they, how like the community is so strong, they develop this cult around the coin. Like it has meme coin characteristics, like the cult and the religious belief in Cardano. And I know a few Cardano people and I like them, but they are like this, right? Like they're super strong supporters. They don't sell, they just don't fucking sell. It's a very interesting dynamic. So I think if you can spin off such a product as a token, kudos to them for being alive still. Let's see where they go. I still think there's a lot of question marks for the future of Cardano in terms of why the heck do we need it? But obviously we might not be the best. We need the Cardano Maxi in this room right now to give us the other side of the coin. Exactly. I feel we're lacking some information.
Charles, if you're watching this, you're welcome on the Crypto Saving Expert Show.
Exactly.
But let's go over to Solana because absolutely ripping. We're at 203 right now. Let's go over to TradingView here. So this is on the 1 hour. You can see here, guys. Stonksy called this love. Let's get the ruler out and have a quick measure from here. I'll call it slightly after the first candle, guys. They'll go from there all the way up to here. 18% move there if you'd caught that all the way back on the 6th of November on the 1 hour chart on Stonksy, guys. Absolutely killing it. Let's have a look at some lower time frames here. Let's have a look at the higher time frames. Or let's have a look at the 3 minute. 3 minute it did signal a long position, then got out of that shortly. Right now, it doesn't know what to do. You can see here we had recent highs of almost 205. Everyone's got their take profit set at 205. It seems, Simon. I imagine you don't have any take profits on Solana right now. You're riding it to the moon, right?
Yeah, we're riding into the moon, at least with the spot positions, and then I'm just trading the waves because it's highly volatile right now. So I wouldn't recommend to do any crazy leverages right now. So 25 is already super aggressive, right? And that's how I feel. Like a 25x, I'd be careful. Like the markets are quite crazy. But what I think, honestly, is that we can see right now, my target is 208.6.
Okay, yeah.
So that's why I see the current wave extending to. I think right now we're in a kind of in a final stretch of a larger wave before we might see another correction and pullback. When I say correction, I don't think we're gonna go below 160, 150. But that might be possible.
I think, like you say, there's potential. I feel there's obviously strong support resistance at 190. I think if we drop below that, 170s on the cards, perhaps those kind of 165 regions. Right now, I'm looking at the chart, and we had a lesson with Block Pro on live stream, our professional trader at CSC. He tells me to look out for levels. I'm looking at this now. I'm tempted to take the short position with a real tight take profit at around 202 and a half. I think I'll lock that in. I've got to show you my trade from yesterday. It was a funny one. So you can see here, I actually went short at around these levels. Luckily, I followed through and I did put a very tight take profit at here, and it hit. And I'm glad, because if it didn't hit, I'd have been liquidated. I'd have completely been liquidated because I went short. So you can see here, I made a nice $81 profit on that trade, guys, from the live stream yesterday. So thanks everyone for that. And obviously the big one from the other day as well. But Simon, what are we thinking? I'm half tempted to go short here.
Yeah, I'm the other half. because I think it depends. Like if you put a tight TP, sure, because I think it's always in this market right now, short is always bad idea in my opinion, because there's no signal yet, there's no indication yet that we're gonna see a larger wave pullback. So we can stretch at least until 208. We can stretch, which would be a short-term trade that you could do. So yeah, I'm leaning towards long right now. And I'm looking at the 15-minute chart. And I see a slight pullback there, but I think we can stretch a bit higher than 203 or 205 that we reached earlier. But yeah, trust your gut, bro.
The 1 minute has called a long position as well. It's just changed to a short actually on here. I'll go to the 3 minute as well. But Simon, what you've mentioned there is actually swaying me slightly. Going short in this market is a bad decision. Yesterday could have been a terrible decision for me if I hadn't put such a take profit there as well. Simon, you haven't been wrong in the past. I will go on to Blofin and we will lock in 100 so long, but we will keep an eye on it. And before the end of the stream, I will put a tight stop loss on that one as well. But guys, let's head over. Let's talk about some meme coins actually, Simon. Let's talk about meme coins, and we'll head into Solana ID and what you guys are cooking over there at the moment. But guys, just wanted to pull attention. It is Free Chippy Friday today. Go get your free fish and chips anywhere around the world. Do the tweet. You know what to do, guys. You have to hold 100k tokens. We're at a 3.5 million market cap today. I went on the minted spaces earlier today, and we were talking about Chippy. So if you missed that, go catch that. It was a really good hour-long spaces with the crew over at Minted. But Simon, is there any meme coins you're looking at the moment, or what do you think is going to be the catalyst for the kind of next surge of meme coins?
First of all, I just saw when I wanted to go through some of my memes that I'm following. I just saw that my trade on Ethereum that's been open since like a year is finally in plus.
Yes.
I just wanted to. It's an historic moment, spot today. I'm $80 in plus with my $4,700 3x leverage trade.
Yeah.
on Ethereum. So it's not a big position. It's like 4.7 with the 3x already included.
Yeah.
But I had it open since such a long time, like literally. So that's good. That's bullish. Let's see if meme coins will follow along. So I think so. What I did was before the elections, I started to accumulate a little bit of some of the meme coins I have convictions in. Obviously the big ones. So I think everyone that wants to expose themselves to memes should have a small bonk position, should have a small whiff position, because those are the big guys. Don't expect crazy returns, but then go in the next tier. And then I think people should check out still FWOC, because I think those guys are also doing a pretty good job. Have you traded it?
Would
Do you know FWOC?
like to share your screen at the moment, Simon?
Yep, I can do that.
Should we? Yeah, we'll get your screen up.
Let me see which one I can pick. How about this bad boy here? Do you see the screen?
Yeah, just pulling it up now. Yeah, perfect, man. Thank you.
Yeah, so FWOC did some interesting moves. That's the daily chart on it. So since inception this year, it went sideways a bit and then had a good first pump. So a little bit of recovery, but I think there's a larger kind of wave that could play out here, especially going forward. And there's still a lot of upside that we could experience on this one. Let's see what the market cap right now says in terms of FWOC. Have you ever traded it?
No, never.
Okay. So yeah, I think right now we are at 386 mil.
Oh, nice.
So it's not a small one, but it's also not a huge one. So I think it's a good meme to play if you guys want to have a bit more safety in the meme space.
Yeah.
Because I did play around with a few smaller ones, and they usually the attention span is too low. Yeah, you need to get in and get out. So like I had a few plays here. I'm in minus right now in most of them. So one of them was Pop Goat. There was also an interesting one, but it kind of reached a market cap that was quite high, but now it looks like it's over, you know. Like those ones, you don't really want to get stuck in those. If you go into FWOC or similar projects, at least chances to zero are a little bit less here in those ones. Right? They reached a critical mass even of user base, right? So I think here we have quite 32,000 holders, which is a good indication for me that there's interest, and it's harder to put this thing down. Bonk obviously always good to trade, still not overpriced in my opinion. We've seen much higher prices before. You hold some bonk, Spud?
Definitely. So I actually went on stream and publicly bought 10 grand's worth of bonk back in September. My thesis was, coming up to breakpoint. And it did well, actually. I think I got in at an average of about a 1.2 billion market cap, something like that.
Yeah, it must have been here somewhere, maybe after the pump. I don't know.
Yeah. No, yeah, I rode the pump. It was nice, and some people in the audience followed as well. And I always say, I actually said this about you, Simon. I actually gave you a shout out on the spaces earlier. I say, with projects, I look for the team, and I look for the team that work the hardest. And same with you, Simon. Your face is always popping up. Even if I try block you on Twitter, your face is popping up on a spaces or on a live stream. But it's the same with the bonk team. You see Nob everywhere. You see him, putting on these events, really putting on for the community. And I think people that show up, they turn up day after day, even in the bear market as well. I know that they're going to carry this project and keep flourishing with it as well.
100%. Yeah, I agree. So yeah, do you put your bonk somewhere? Do you have it locked on the bonk staking?
I actually don't. I probably should, because I've now held it.
Yeah.
Without touching it for the last month or two. But let's have a look at the bonk staking.
I recommend to do it, bro. Like, what do you get? So you have multiply the percent of bonk rewards pool with the amount of time locked. So the longer you lock it, the more rewards you can accrue. So if you're planning to hold this shit for like 6 or 12 months, you get quite a good kind of multiplier. And then you get you see, I have a claim amount now already of 176,000 bonk over here on this position. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think it's like a huge. What is it?
And how long were those lockups?
So I put mine here. You see, in September.
Yep.
This year, and I have it until December. The first one is 3 months, and then I have a smaller position for a much longer time.
Oh, brilliant!
It's like 1 year. Yeah, there was the 1 year position, and there was just the 3 months lockup with the 1.4x. But it's good, man. Like, if you want to hold on to it, and this makes a lot of sense for the project, to all the crypto projects out there and token projects. Create some DeFi use cases for your coins that make people lock them and not sell them, right? Because then now people like me and Spud are like, hey, we want to hold on to it anyway. Why not take the rewards? And it incentivizes us even more to hold it. WIF is not doing that. I don't know any, like the WIF kind of meme coin ecosystem is much more quiet than Bonk, right? They're not so loud. They're not everywhere. I don't even know the team, honestly, myself. But anyway, what's the market cap of WIF compared to Bonk? Do you know that?
No, it's
actually. So WIF, we are at 2.35 billion.
Okay, so almost double that of Bonk right now.
No, not double. I think they're quite close, no? 2 billion.
I think Bonk's fully diluted is over 2 billion, but I think was that WIF's fully diluted as well?
Let's check on Dex Screener. So FDV, true. Okay, it's much smaller actually.
Yeah.
Where did that number come from that I just have? This is the real WIF, right? Is that the real WIF?
Okay. Yeah. Should be. No, it can't be with that market cap, can it? 760. I thought it said 762 million.
WIF. Okay.
Maybe they're anti-Dex screener.
Yeah, that's weird, right? Like those huge projects, they normally show up. Okay, here you go. Yeah, that must be the real one. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then we have Bonk sitting at an FDV of 2 billion. Market cap 1.5.
1.5, yeah.
So 1.5. Okay, so WIF is still like fucking huge, right? Like it has much larger market cap.
To be honest with you.
It does, yeah. So much money. It's $2.3 billion market cap in that token. It's crazy. What's compare this to some of the L1s out there that are trying to reach numbers. So long story short, I would hold these. Like I'm pretty bullish on these.
If anyone holds WIF here as well, but to me, WIF seems slightly, this time last year, WIF was really blowing up, getting a lot of attention, and I don't hear too much more of it. But Simon, you mentioned WIF. Are you in the community? Do you hold WIF?
I do hold it. I'm a passive, quiet investor, but I'm not involved in the project too much. But I do hold a bit of WIF as well, similar to Bonk. So I think
you were actually a part of a spin-off a while ago, weren't you?
Oh yeah, there have been a few ones, but we did the Death with Head. That was one.
That was cool, man.
it's still out there.
That was actually probably the first time I met you. Actually, it was in Dubai very briefly. You were giving out Dev with hats. Was pretty funny. I probably still have that somewhere.
Nice, bro. Nice. Yeah, but I think Bonk WIF. I think the good ones are always good to hold a little bit more upside momentum expected from FWalk or things like Popcat. Still very bullish on Popcat as well. Because they also managed to reach a very high market cap, huge community, and good following. So I think all the projects that managed to get a huge holder base and maintain their value and find new bottoms quickly, not bad. 90,000 holders in Popcat. So pretty well distributed. 20% in the top 10? That's actually huge wallets. $112 million.
While we're talking about bottoms as well, we've got to mention Iggy Azalea mother.
What happened to them?
The peachiest meme coin going, but it's kind of reached a bit of a bottom right now. It's around the 60 mil kind of level. It seemed, we had the event in Singapore. You can see it was around the 30, 40 mil, and then went all the way past 100 mil. She's probably going to be doing an event near Christmas. Something's cooking. I think we may see some movement on Mother again. It's gone a little bit quiet since kind of Singapore. Obviously, went all the way above 100 million. I'm looking for an entry. If I'm honest, I will admit, Mother Iggy. I don't think I have any Mother tokens right now. I think I cheated them at the top. But I am looking for an entry in it. Celebrity meme coins. I think this cycle is still going to be prevalent.
Yeah, that's the one, right? 58 million market cap.
That's it, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
not great liquidity levels though. The liquidity levels are pretty poor for a market cap of that.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I mean, they managed to kind of pull things off that you just mentioned before, like those kind of pumps. So I think they can do it again, right? I don't think it's one of those memes where chances again are a bit more minimal that it finds a zero, like a bottom, in the short term at least. I think what's always good to see is there's like a huge amount of like a lot of people got rich with it, which is usually it helps to build a very strong community and conviction around it. Like if you see like a lot of people got rich but still the token is performing okay and it's not dead yet, it means they didn't really, no one, like it's not that everyone dumped and now it's over. It's just like a lot of people made a lot of money and now they're probably advocates and fans, right? Which is good. So I guess it's an interesting play. I don't own any right now, but I might ape into it. Why not? Right now the prices are still a little bit on the lower end. Okay, so this is Popcat actually. I wanted to also. Do you hold any Popcat?
No, I haven't, but I know that Martini guy. He was looking at some kind of Popcat derivatives. You obviously looked at Pop Frog as well. There was a few derivatives that did bang in the short term, but Popcat has absolutely smashed it.
How about Goat? Do you know about those guys?
Yeah, Goat smashed it as well. Some of these, I just absolutely missed the boat on.
I missed the boat here, but I went into it. I hold some now. Because I like the narrative, man. Like a fucking AI agent launching a meme coin and then, like fully AI driven. It's pretty fun. It's cool. It's all about narratives, right? And it's a fun narrative. So yeah, I think it's a good play as well, similar to all the others here that I want to hold and just wait out for a cycle, cycle top. Might be those coins, that make yourself a little bit of more money than just holding the blue chips.
And how do you think meme coins have progressed with the market? They're kind of, we mentioned Bonk there. Obviously Bonk have got millions of integrations here, but what other utility are these meme coins using? And also, with utility tokens as well, what are we seeing new this cycle?
So I think meme coins have the inherent problem of catching attention and then losing it quickly if they don't have the next big thing coming up, because it's very difficult for a meme coin to paint a vision that sounds realistic of where they want to be in the future. Because like I look at something like FWalk and I'm like, okay, sure, right now it's pumping, it will catch attention, but what's the bigger play here? Actually? Like what's the, like where do we go? If you invest in a startup and if you invest in SpaceX when they're new, you also don't have anything. Like it's like a meme coin. It's literally a meme coin. It's like I have a pitch deck, I have a story to tell you. I have I have, I can convince you of my big vision for it. But with SpaceX, this motherfucker is going to fly to Mars, and then he's going to do tourism for Mars, and then he's going to build a city on Mars, and I will be invested in that project. But I don't know what those meme coins are going to do in the future. Like what's the big, where's the value coming from? So I think meme coins there's going to be a point where we will see a lot of money cycling back from memes into projects that actually paint a future vision that will make money, that can change things in society and life. Memes are kind of a net negative, honestly, like for the world. I don't think they're great for all of us. So, we can make some money here in the short term and have some fun, but we should definitely focus and emphasize again on building software products that can change shit, That's why I'm the founder of Solana ID and not the founder of Solid with Head. right? Like I want
Yeah.
like we have a vision here. We want to revolutionize how we manage data on the internet and give more power to the users and make you money on your data. And we have like good ideas around these topics. And I think if you launch a utility token, we need to change a bit the playbook here, because the past were shit. This year was kind of shit. Ethereum was shit. Solana were like, okay. We had D-Bridge was all right. The last one was DiviBet. It was not so good. DiviBet even launched on the new launchpad from BonkPad. It might have passed by you, but there was a good it was an interesting case to follow, but they kind of crashed a few days after. A little bit too much, in my opinion. It's okay to dump after TGE, but not too much. So if you do a utility token, I think you should follow closer the Memecoin playbook in the beginning of the project, paint the vision, talk about the future, sell the principles and values you stand for as a token, if you example is Solana ID and Solid. We want to give people the chance to join a community that is like authentic, that is builder driven, that is always out there. We're hustlers. If you're a hustler, if you're pushing, you will feel good at Solana ID community, because we're not only hustling in the job, we're also hustling in the gym. That's why we have Get Solid all over our t-shirts. Like we have those values, that we kind of transmit. And if you want to belong to that community, then come to us. And the same, like Memecoins are great at this, they're great at selling this kind of belonging, this religious belonging, and that's fun for me. I want to have that. I want to create that little family, of community people being part of it. But then we need to, the next era of utility tokens need to also play the Memecoin playbook in the beginning, but then quickly change tone again to utility and put the actual utility in your product that you talked about and create the revenue streams that you talked about and deliver what you've been preaching all the time. So I think this kind of two-phase model of utility token launches, closer to Memecoin characteristics in terms of distribution, fundraising, insiders, and kind of branding. But then later, phase two, pivoting more towards the actual utility of the token and creating revenue for it, and so on and so on.
Nice, awesome, man. And we've got a lot of the audience that probably took part in the Swissborg Alpha Bill with Solid right now. They're probably already in the communities. But anyone who's not in the community, you can see from the banner at the bottom here, make sure to go follow Simon Molitor and Solana Identity. From there, you'll also find, is Telegram or Discord best place to join?
Probably Discord.
Discord.
Yeah. I mean, we have both, so whoever prefers whatever, go ahead. But obviously Discord is a bit more active. We have like 10K members almost in there. Our mods are super active. Pierre's active there. All the announcements are there on a regular basis, so you don't miss anything. But if you just want to be in the loop and have quick access to info, Telegram's great. Like I'm there all the time, so easy.
And you guys had a crazy September, but right now, what's cooking behind the scenes, and when launch?
Yeah, when launch, brother. When token. Let me share something with you. Let me give people some. Let me give people something to do here. So we just launched on Drip. So Drip.house, one of my favorite apps on Solana. Really cool consumer app. People are really active here. And yeah, we have a little kind of giveaway here and a little collectible auction, let's say, where you can get your free collectible, which is our Solidian hero in different kind of rarities. So people can claim that Solidian, and then if you claim the Solidian for free and you got your NFT, you get access to an exclusive Zilli campaign that only people can access that hold that collectible. Now the cool thing is, getting in here will give you a few more advantages. First of all, you can win a surprise adventure, so it's actually really cool. We're going to raffle one trip to somewhere in the world, fully sponsored by Solana ID. With probably the Solana ID team being in the same spot at that time. So that one person that completes all the quests here will have the chance to win this. And then also, probably the most bullish thing, you can get whitelisted for the Solid launch on the launchpad, on BorgPad. Whitelisting means you can get access to the token earlier than everyone else, which makes sure that you actually get an allocation instead of it selling out and you're missing the train. So after completing the quests, you basically get forwarded to the Launchpad site. You can check that one out. And then over here, we just launched this week. Here you can check your eligibility. So I'm eligible because I hold a prior pass, but I'm also eligible because I hold the collectible. That's enough. If you hold the collectible, you can already take part. Or if you have one of our community partners NFTs, you can also go into, or if you're a super team member, it will also help.
Oh, perfect.
And then once you have eligibility, you can express your investment interest, and you just put in a number of tokens you would like to acquire, $500, $1,000, whatever. And then it's not being deducted from your wallet. It's just a measure for us to estimate how much buying pressure could we experience at launch. And it helps you to get your wallet that you use whitelisted for the launch on the launch pool. So you get access like an hour before everyone else, right? And yeah, TG is going to be still later this year. So now it's November. That means public sale happens in the next weeks. So most likely end of November, I can give that alpha. And then after the public sale on BlockPad, we might quickly go onto listings on Solana exchanges. And yeah, that's coming up. I think the best thing you can do right now is start here. And then
what's the website for Drip again? It's
drip.house.
Drip.house. Perfect, guys. And we will be, if anyone has any questions and they're in the CSE community, Simon's actually a member of CSE Plus, so any questions we can answer them in there as well. But also make sure to check out the Solana Identity Discord as well, guys. But yeah, I think we'll have a look back in on the trade. We are in.
Same.
Let me
plus minus.
over. That's on the
I think
mother. We're in a nice little
neutral.
profit, Simon. You don't miss. Every time you come on stream, you earn me some money.
Nice.
It's quite volatile. I'm probably gonna close it, guys. I'm probably gonna be a bit of a pussy. I'm gonna close this one, and next time I meet up with Simon, I will owe him some beers and we'll have a good time. But yeah, before it goes any lower, I'm gonna close that for some nice profit. Simon, thank you so much for coming on stream today. We'll definitely have to get you back on soon. I'd love to have you on an AMA on CSE Plus as well. I think that would be great.
That's good.
Because you guys are absolutely cooking. Guys, make sure to head over to drip.house as well. Also, I've got the website for Solana Identity in the description, guys. So go check it out there. Go join the community. Got the X account at the banner below. Go check it out, guys. You've seen Simon enough times. You've got to give him a follow now. But guys, thank you so much for coming. I will see you Monday again. I'm going live with Block Pro. We are doing a trading 101 masterclass. And Simon, I will see you very soon. Thanks for coming, bro.
Thanks, Bud. Thanks, everyone. Cheers.
Woo, let's go.
Let's go.